Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to come back on here. I wasn't really planning to do this, but yeah, I wanted to come back on here. Got some stuff I want to talk about today. Talk about again. And I got my Army hat on today, so got my Army hat on tonight. So I wanted to talk about it. And the thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is we are a nation of laws and have no king, especially in Perry County. We are a nation of laws and have no king, especially in Perry County. And there's some other things I do want to hit on, but one of the things that I've been committed to is I've been committed to giving the truth, and laying facts out there. And one thing that is very frustrating for me is how, especially elected officials in the Black Belt area, how willing they are to propagate a lot of misinformation. And the misinformation is crazy, and like to spin a narrative to create, to propagate racial divide. And what is so frustrating, and what I wanted to come on and talk about, that I just felt like I can't even let this wait till tomorrow. But what I wanted to come on and talk about is the willingness of Albert Fitzgerald Turner to disrespect the rule of law and to disrespect the memory and legacy of anybody to make it about himself. And that is sickening. It is beyond sickening, beyond sickening. I just wanted to say this, right? And I wanted to get on here and I wanted to address it because not even, let me see, 48 minutes ago is when this happened, right? And listen, and I know that some people came on here. I made a post a little while ago about some alleged corruption in the Greensboro, Alabama housing authority. I would definitely be more information to follow on that. And that definitely is something that will get some major attention on. But I wanted to get back to Albert Fitzgerald Turner. That's who I'm speaking on, who is right now up in D.C., but want to come and want to fabricate misinformation and play on the memories and be disrespectful to the legacy of other people to try to make it about them. Now, let's go to it. Now we here right here. Let me go to that's on here. So I'm gonna go to my page. And if I say because of the lies, I'll be going live in 5. I'm gonna start doing that every time some lies being put out. But I just made this post 9 minutes ago, and this post said, "We are a nation of laws and have no king, especially in Perry County." Now, on February the 21st, 2026, Perry County Commission Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner posted on his official Facebook page. In this post, he said, "I have heard the dog whistle." I guess that's supposed to be whistling. I can't even pronounce whistling. It's supposed to be whistling. That's not how you spell whistling. About my decision to lower the flags at all county buildings in Perry County for Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. I respect tradition, but precedents should guide us, not limit us, especially when honoring a giant. This precedent was given to a far less of a uniter than the person's flags were flown at half-staff before. And it was overlooked before, we can overlook it again, right? Now, that person that he's talking about is Albert's talking about Charlie Clerk. This right here is not about if about my personal feelings about who I feel is deserving. This right here is specifically talking about who has the authority, the legal authority to order the flags being lowered. When he's talking about dog whistlers about his decision, he's talking about me. Because when he made a post the other day about it, I just said he does not have the authority to do that. Legally, that's what I'm talking about. What black and white, what authority? Who has the authority for that? According to the U.S. flag code and the Alabama, the governor's office flag policy. It's black and white. And it goes to show he doesn't have the authority himself as the chairman to make that decision. Anyway, there's a decision that has to be voted on by the commission. Albert, you failed to acknowledge that you only represent District 1. You do not represent, you're not the king of Perry County. Any decision that's made by Perry County, it has to be a majority vote of the commission. You've been on the commission for 25 years. You know that. You've been on the commission for over 9,125 days. You know that. So the thing I want you to understand is you don't have that authority. And you tried to grandstand and try to get other African-American county leaders to disobey what the law said to prove a point. That's what you wanted to do, to prove a point. And it's sickening because you made it about you. And that's what I'm speaking on. And let's go to it. All right. And we can go to his page where he made that post, as you see, 53 minutes ago. He said lowering the flag was the least that could be done by the president or the governor. However, since they wouldn't do the right thing, I decided to give them some courage in hopes they would join in. I lowered the flag. Nobody is the worse for it. The courthouse is the people's house. Few serve the people more faithfully than Reverend Jesse L. Jackson. He is worthy of this honor. Albert F. Turner. What happened to Albert Turner Jr.? I guess he's going to his legal government name right now. Chairman of the commission. All right. Be clear. I respect anyone who wants to honor people for what they did for our country and the community. But when the government makes decision, it has to follow the law, not just feelings. To be clear, this is not meant to disrespect anyone's memory or legacy. It is meant to help the community understand what the law actually says and to remind everyone that elected officials are required to follow the law, even if they personally feel differently. Below is the actual laws of this nation and state says about who has the authority to order the U.S. flag, state flag, and county flag. Only these officials have the authority to order the U.S. flag to be flown at half-staff in the state of Alabama. The president of the United States or the governor of Alabama. And this is the actual USA.gov. It talks about the Alabama flag and other national symbols. And it goes into who has what authority, right? It goes into that. We'll get back into it. Let's go down. So a county commission, not a chairman, but a county commission, mayor, or local officials cannot order the U.S. flag to have staff on their own. They can decide whether their courthouse will comply with a president/governor order, but they're not the issuing authority. That's all I'm talking about. Albert Fitzgerald Turner and the Perry County Commission does not have the authority to lower the U.S. flag or the state flag to half staff. They have the authority to comply if the president or the governor say do it, but they don't have the authority to do it on their own. And you can see that here at the office of the governor's office flag policy. See, here it goes. It even starts at the flag may be flown at half staff by presidential proclamation or by the governor's orders. Only the president of the United States and governors of states, territories, or possessions have the authority to lower the U.S. flag to half staff according to the U.S. Code. And, okay, court-owned flags, courthouse policies of county properties. A county courthouse is generally a county facility. So the county's governing authority, typically the county commission, sometimes through its chairs, administrators, and courthouse facilities controls, sets day-to-day rules for county properties. But that does not expand who can order the U.S. flag to half staff. Like, Albert, you think you're a king? You think you can just sit back and call the rules? You don't have to follow the laws? That's what you think? I'm the commissioner. I'm the chairman. I sit on the throne in Perry County, and that's what I do. That's what I do. But I just tell you, and then I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys this. I'm going on my page, and I want y'all to see what Jesse Jackson's kid said. This was in the New York, Amsterdam News, right? And they was doing it honoring the memory of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Look what his kid said. Don't bring your politics to these homegoing services. Even the kids say that. But on the Perry County page, I'm finna show you guys, right? Finna show you guys this. It's called political grandstanding. That's all that is, man. Respect these people's wishes. I ever shared this about Roland Martin. He shared this one again. And then this is on the 18th. All flags should be flown at half staff in honoring Reverend Jesse Jackson. Right? And look, I want y'all to see what my comment was. You already know that you or any county commissioner do not have the authority to do it. The authority to lower the U.S. flag to half-mast is the president and the governor for some special occasions. The authority to lower the state flag is the governor. The county commission has the authority to lower a county flag, but it has to be voted by the commission, and there was never a vote, only the chairman acting on his own. This means the flags being flown half-mast are in violation of U.S. flag code and outside the authority of the county commission to do so. That's simple as that. And I would just tell you this. I've already confirmed he ain't even talked to the other commissioners. Not even call and ask. This is just something that he's doing. And I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to read. Listen, I want y'all to read what he posted in this and y'all can see. I just want y'all to see this. As a former president and senior member of the Alabama Association of Black County Officials, I respectfully request that flags outside county buildings be flown at half staff to recognize and respect the contribution of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. Every African-American commission chairman and our esteemed chairman, it's supposed to be MAN of other counties should join us in this tribute. Given that flags are flown in honor of Charlie Kirk, it is only fitting that Reverend Jackson receive similar recognitions from President Trump and Governor Ivey. I encourage all to take appropriate action, and hopefully the governor will respond accordingly. Below is the current state of the Perry County Courthouse. Listen. I'm not getting into the dog whistle on all of this. And what dog whistle is, you know, I'm not even finna entertain that, because I'm respecting the life and the legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Do I feel that he should be honored? Yes, I do. I feel I respect anybody right to want to honor him for his contributions. Those that don't want to do it. I get it. I understand it. I also understand that people disagree with decisions of the leaders in this nation to honor certain individuals who they felt was unworthy to be honored. I understand that. But to make a public call as an elected officials to request other elected officials, government officials, to willingly break the laws of this land in a way to try to, like you're doing something noble, that's crazy work. Crazy work. Not only is it crazy work, it's who is it about? And that's the question. Is it really about honoring the legacy? Right? Because you've clearly shown that, like, you would throw anybody's name out there and then lie on them like you did Coach Woody Jackson, Albert, when you tried to honor him with a Black History highlight, but then turn around and then lie, say that he endorsed you when he never did. And he called you and told you to take it down. And then you went and changed it, and you changed it to Miss Thomas, who's on the school board. And I know you ain't get her permission. You just threw her pictures up there. And the only thing you did was change her name with Coach Woody Jackson's name in the endorsement. That's how desperate you are. That's what you're doing right now. Right? And Albert, your desperation is reeking. It's reeking. You know, Albert, it was reported, and it was reported, my boy, that you are asking people to donate via text message, to donate to your campaign contributions via Cash App. And you know what, Albert? You know what, Albert? To support that, Albert, I sent you a Cash App donation. Here go the receipt. I want y'all to send it at 1:31 today. I sent Albert Turner a $10 donations to his campaign for campaign contributions to keep Big Al working. Right? Y'all see that, right? Payment between Albert Turner and Robert Shepard. And y'all see that, keep Big Al working. Less than a minute later, Albert sent it back. He sent the campaign. I mean, he returned my contributions to his campaign back. Why you send it back, Albert? You were sending out messages to get people to support your campaign. I sent you $10 to do it. But why you send it back? I'm curious. See, you're desperate right now, but then you don't want, I don't know why you wouldn't take my donation. But hey, it is what it is. But why are you getting on here lying to the people? Albert, why are you getting on here lying to the people? It's no dog whistle. The only thing people are saying is you are willingly breaking the law. You don't have the authority to do that. You don't have the authority to do that. That is all people are saying. And you know that. It's not like you don't know that. You know that. You clearly know that. But guess what? Big Al gonna do what Big Al do, right? Right? And this is the thing I want to get back to, because there's some questions that I want to ask, right? Because I always like to ask questions. And the questions that I like to ask is, here are a few questions to think about. Why did Perry County Commission Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner order the U.S. flag and the Alabama flag to be flown at half-mast without getting a vote or approval from the Perry County Commission, even though federal and state law and state rules and laws say who is allowed to do that? Why? Why? Two, if Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner is willing to ignore the rules about who can lower flags to half-mast, what other rules or laws might he be willing to ignore to get his way? Right? And then three, if Perry County had its own flag, the county commission could vote to lower that flag. Right? Why didn't Chairman Turner choose that option so the county could legally honor Reverend Jesse Jackson? Why? You could have done it. If Perry County had their own flag, if Perry County had an official flag, you could have honored him by legally voting to lower all county flags to be flown in honor of Reverend Jesse Jackson. And then you could have did a petition by the other commissioners and sent it to the state, sent it to Governor Kay Ivey. Then you could have called Bobby Singleton, how you always do about calling Bobby Singleton and getting a beeline into the Governor Kay Ivey's office, right? And this is the funny thing, Albert, all the times and all the claims that you get, all the times and all the claims that you claim to have an inside track, the claim to have an inside track to Governor Kay Ivey's office. Why couldn't you call her this time to petition her for this? Why didn't she listen to you? Where's your capital connections at right now? All of them connections that you've been pandering for years, that you got so much that you fooled a lot of people in Perry County, that you got the inside track. Why couldn't you use that to get this one thing done? Why are you willingly trying to get other commissioners to break the law and exercise authority that they don't have? Just why? It's crazy work. And people wonder why I'm doing what I'm doing. People wonder why I'm doing what I'm doing. And people always ask, well, why are you posting? Look, I already posted and got on here live earlier, but look what this man did tonight. Just look what he did tonight. And it has nothing to do with the legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson. It has everything to do about him, and so he can come back and say, well, I had the commissioner and chairman. Listen, man, I want people to understand this. I know it's the great switch, bait and switch didn't happen, but I want people to really understand this. Outside of Perry County, I really want y'all to understand that Perry County has become the laughing stock of Alabama because of who we have representing us. Businesses don't want to come deal with us because we got certain individuals elected at the county level. People are laughing because of all of the antics and all of the lies. I even showed y'all today. I'm going to show y'all again, since we got some people on that may not saw it earlier. But I'm going to show y'all today. This man is going back and deleting things from his commission page because of accountability. And people wondered, and everybody wanted to ask, man, why are you posting it? Why you post all of this, right? I'm going to show y'all why. Because he fabricates and he lies all of the time. He does it so much. To the point where now he throws people's name in it. And then without their permission, and then when I'm just saying without their permission, and then when the heat comes and people start calling people to account, now you got to go back and delete it. And here it go. This from my post that I did on the 19th. It was talking about the baseball field. That Albert came back and said that, and just like that, the lights are on. Now he left that post up. The screenshot right here. He left that post up. This is that post right here. Yeah, I did the screenshot for reference for that one. Right? Now, I want y'all to see this because this is what he don't want the people to see. This is what he don't want the people to see. Y'all see this, right? He made this post on the 19th of November. Down here at the bottom, Chairman Turner and State Representative Chestnut collaborated to secure the required funding through the state of Alabama, resulting in $200,000 in funding for the board to complete the original plan. Right? That's what he did. That's what he said. Because on the 15th, he said it right here. Watch this. On November the 15th, Perry County Commission Chairman Albert Turner Jr. announced on his personal Facebook page account, and it's his personal Facebook account. That's why he got me blocked. But watch this, though. Just want to let y'all know this. Let me do this. Want y'all to let me do something real quick. What they say, y'all seen that what they said on was it Players Club? At the end, he said, do something to make me feel better. Oh, here you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here you go. Yes, sir. Here you go, right here. There you go. It said, Francis Marion Lights. The Perry County Board of Education has reached the $200,000 allocation to install lights at the school baseball park. Dr. Marcy Smiley notified Chairman Turner and Representative Prince Chestnut of the award on Friday, November the 14th. Chairman Turner and Representative Chestnut expressed their delight upon learning that the $200,000 line item in the general fund budget was awarded. Right? That's what he said, right? Now, watch this. I want y'all to watch this. The installation should be completed in a matter of weeks. S&G Waldrop are the contractors doing the installation, right? I want y'all to see that, right? He said S&G Waldrop. Now, I'm about to show you guys something. Now, that was November the 14th, right? We're going to go to my page. We're going to go to my page. And we're going to search my page. And I'm going to show y'all something. I'm showing y'all something for a reason. All right, here you go. Because watch this. The next day, November, remember that said that was November the 19th he made that post. The next day, I wanted to show the people the timeline. Y'all look at this, right? And we say this right here. This is the timeline. There's no way ABBA got a contract done in 4 days. There's no way that a contract was done. Because watch this. This is the timeline that it takes to do a bid. Alabama law requires municipal contracts for expenditures over $15,000, it's $30,000 right now, to be competitively bid. Unless a purchase is covered by an exception, municipalities must comply with these requirements. They must advertise 3 to 4 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks to accept the bid, 1 to 2 weeks to award a contract, and the contract completion varies. He said in his post the next coming week. 4 days later, them lights was up. So where the bid was. And Albert, you know, I'm coming, my boy. I'm coming asking for that contract. And I'm also asking requests to see where that funding, did that funding actually go to the Perry County Board of Education? That $200,000. And I just want people to sit down and think about that. Right? A minimum of 35 days, not 4 days. I just want people to sit down and think, to use their minds to see. Right? To use their minds to see. Because it's just been lies after lies after lies. And the only thing that I've been asking is for him to tell the truth and for the elected officials to tell the truth. That is what I've been asking from day one. And do the right thing by the community. That is what I've been asking. People can try to create all this other stuff, all of these false narratives. That is not anything. I'm here to help. I'm here to assist. but I'm here to hold people accountable because I'm tired of these people lying to our community and we are not seeing any tangible results of it. Nothing. We got the same old stuff going on in Hale County, in Greene County, throughout the Black Belt. The same old stuff. And the thing that most frustrating to me is black people are the ones in charge. But we don't want to hold each other accountable so that we can elevate each other and we can be beacons of hope and examples. But we just want to sit back and go on with the flow and get along with the get on because we created an environment that people just getting handed out and everybody comfortable. It doesn't make any sense. The same way is Albert willing to lie and others leaders are willing to lie to the community. It's the same energy that I will be willing to come back on and show that it's not the truth. And I want people to ask themselves this. Why would an elected official willingly say that I'm breaking the law because I feel like it? If they're willing to do that, what are they doing on the day-to-day decisions in the county that should be made by the best interests of the people? And that's just what it is. And it's really crazy. A lot of ways it's not only crazy, but it's sad. But I just wanted to come on here. I saw that, man, and I'm like, man, it's just. And I know some people. I understand. Had a conversation with my mom. I love where I'm from. I have a passion about where I'm from. And I know sometimes that can come off as me being upset or whatever, but it is not me being upset. It is a passion that I have for home and for home to be better. And it's not that we can't be, it's that we're allowing it to be because many of us don't want to elevate our thinking. We're comfortable with the same thing that we're doing right now. And we are allowing things to go because people are afraid. And this is what I've learned. This is what I've learned. This is what I've learned since I've been doing the things that I've been doing about raising awareness in the community. There are a lot of people who likes to get information and get stuff to hold over people's heads to control them. That's what they like to do. Because to me, I was like, dang, how are these people just controlling these people like that? And then a lot of people don't like to face certain things, or they like to avoid certain things or rumors. And like I said, the stuff that I've dealt with since I've been doing this and what people said and misinformation that's been put out, I'm built for it. That's not a problem, right? But I'm realizing that's how people have been maintaining control over people. They try to get personal information and try to hold that over people's head. But at the end of the day, I stand 10 toes down. I'm standing telling the truth. I'm not claiming to be perfect, not claiming to be anything, but I feel I'm doing what God has called me to do. Listen, that's because God called me to do it. That don't mean that people close to you or far away from you agree with what you're doing. But the thing is, you have to stay committed to what the call is. And my entire adult life, I've been one that when God tells me to do something, I go. I don't even wait. When I remember it was the end of January. It was like January the 29th or 30th of 2000. Nope, it was before then. It was the third week of January. It was like January round about Martin Luther King. No, it was the end of the month. It was like the 20th or whatever. In 1990, in 2000. In January of 2000, I hit rock bottom. And what I mean by rock bottom, spiritually, I got to a place to where I just had to come home. God allowed me to get everything that I wanted just for me to lose everything. And I got at a position where, okay, I needed to come home. I had never planned on coming home. And when I got back to the house, I was in Sawyerville at our house at the farm. when I got back to the house, I hit rock bottom. And these are the words that I said. I said, Lord, I surrender. Order my steps. I said, I'm tired. My soul is tired. I surrender. Order my steps. The next day, a Be All You Can Be commercial came on. 8 straight times. Every time I turned the channel, a Be All You Can Be commercial came on. That day, me and my mom went to Tuscaloosa. When we got off, you get off 69 and you going down there on University. When we pulled down to get on University from 20, off of 20, a car in front of us had a Be All You Can Be sticker. Driving to the mall, they was put up a Be All You Can Be billboard. When I got in the mall that day, a recruiter walked up to me and gave me a card. I've been out of high school a year and a half. When I got home that day, I got a letter in the mail from the Army talking about joining. So the next day, I got up and I went to the recruiting station, right? And I went in and I joined. I said, yep, and I went on. And God confirmed it through, everybody said deja vu. He confirmed it. I had about 5 or 6 instances of deja vu while I was at basic training, right? I just followed God. I followed God. God told me to do something. I followed him. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean something that doesn't mean that I know everything, right? That doesn't mean that I always made the best decision. No, that's not what it is, right? What it meant is when God called, I said yes. And God, I did not plan to come home. Like I keep telling people this, and it's so funny that people just don't know, and it's sad too when people don't know, they make up stuff, right? But I'm coming home for a divine assignment, right? And I can say that God has blessed me for just saying yes and being obedient to what he called me to do, right? So with this, I'm just standing firm and raising awareness for the people so people can see the tactics. What I hate is, the thing that I hate the most is the propensity to lie to the people to their face. Just lie. And the people have been conditioned to the lies so much to the point to where they are opposed to somebody telling the truth. And they give passes to the lie because they're used to that source lying. But the day has changed. 2026 is here. It's the year of accountability. I just wanted to come on, wanted to share that information, let people know what's going on, and so people can know we are a nation of laws, right? We have no king. There is no king in Perry County. There is no king in Perry County. Again, there is no king in Perry County. No king in Perry County. And the decision lies on the people. And I say this with all respect and all love. The people of Perry County are the ones responsible for the behavior that we see. Because as a community, we did not collectively hold our elected officials accountable. We didn't do it. And you know what's funny? There was a lot of protests about no kings, about the president. And we got an individual in Perry County exhibiting a lot of the behaviors that a lot of people were supporting other people protest about. But when it's in our backyard, in our home, people got a problem with it, even though you showing what it is. Right? But at the end of the day, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There is light. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I want people to understand that. Just understand it and know it. And understand that, yes, for all the people that's been in the Black Belt area for the last 30 plus years, that's been conduits of evil, accountability is coming. You've been gatekeepers. under the guise of you doing things politically to advance our people. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking to. Accountability is coming. Accountability is coming. Accountability is coming. And y'all felt like good. I'm telling y'all, listen, I don't think people really feel this, right? And I want people to understand this. God has heard the prayers of people praying for years about the corruption, about the backstabbing, about the low downness of these people in our community that has the same pigmentation of skin color that I have, that have been the ones oppressing our community, the ones rigging elections, the ones that are doing all of this illegal stuff. You know what you've been doing. You know what you did, but you thought you got away with it. But God says you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And no matter what efforts you get to try to destroy records, no matter what it is, God said he sees it and he will expose it. So for all of these people that are not doing what they're supposed to do, the years of getting away with it are over with back home. Prosperity is coming through accountability. I'm telling you guys that. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to make some people upset. Yes, I understand that. I get that. Yes, some people ain't going to like you. Got it. But guess what? The community will prosper. Jobs will come. Better resources will come. Prosperity will come to the community. Growth will come to the community. People will stay. Do you know how many people that want to stay home but have to leave because of the resources that we don't have there? All because we still got elected officials who still riding the coattail of Campaign 2000 and all this other stuff when there was a big push of getting African-American leaders in office, and we got them in office, and then what we dealing with right now. Oh, Shep, you always talking about the black leaders. I sure am. I sure am. Because for 30 years now, they've been running without accountability, and we looking at the results of it. If you go and you look up the poorest counties in Alabama, if you go and you look up the poorest counties in Alabama, the 10 poorest counties in Alabama, matter of fact, and I talk about this because this is facts, right? It's not to put anything down. No. It's facts. It is facts. I'm just telling you. I want y'all to look at this. Poorest counties in Alabama. The poorest counties in Alabama are predominantly located in the rural Black Belt region, characterized by low, medium household incomes, high poverty rates, and significant economic disadvantages. Perry County is consistently ranked as the poorest, with a median household income of roughly $23,875. Right? So if I do this, right, I just want people to see this, because I don't think people do the math. $23,875 divided by 12. That's $2,000 a month before taxes. $2,000 a month before taxes. Where's the economic development going? What were we talking about? And then look, let's keep going. Look what they say. Sumter County, Black Belt. Greene County, Black Belt. Wilcox County, Black Belt. Hale County, Black Belt. Macon, Lowndes, Dallas, Conucker, and Bullock, all Black Belt. They're among the poorest counties. And guess what's in common with Perry County, Sumter County, Greene County, Wilcox, Hale, Lowndes County, Dallas County. Guess what's in common? They've had African-American leaders, predominantly African-American leaders for the last 30 years. Is that saying that that black African-American leaders can't lead? No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I am saying is the fact that for the last 30 years, we've had black leaders leading this area, and we are predominantly the poorest people. But guess what? When we go and we look up grant fundings, we start looking at revenues, and we start looking at things like, okay, how many times those areas do audits. But you know what also high in those areas? Absentee ballots. Absentee ballots are very high in those areas. Matter of fact, the highest in the state. Because we keep recycling the same leaders over and over again with an unproven record. Just because we know them, just because we're familiar with them. But then we don't hold them accountable when they in there. Do you know? Like, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to show. But there are some counties that get a lot of money grant funding. And you go to those counties, you can see the results of those. You can see the grant funding used to them to redo parks and all that stuff, to do trails and all this stuff. But we get grant funding, we get all the promises, and then what? I showed the other day that Albert promised on his page from 2000 to 2026 that he secured about $43 million in grant funding. But when I asked about, hey, what's the results at it? Then all of a sudden I'm being messy. All of a sudden my methodology, people don't like that I'm asking those questions all the time. $43 million. This man said $43 million in 6 years. I already showed that $50 million came through Perry County. Shoot, Uniontown got $30 million to redo their water stuff. Where is it at? And you drive through and you see the roads. You see the conditions of that. But we ain't got no revenue. We ain't got nothing. And then we have leaders who have negotiated deals with industry that have not benefited the community. Have not benefited the community. Right? And I want people to understand this, right? But we allowed it. We allowed it. And instead of getting upset because somebody is talking about the reality of what it is, let's get on board and hold these folks accountable. And if they ain't doing what we wanted to do, guess what? We ain't got to wait to the end of the election. It's certain things that people, listen, it is so imperative to read and understand on what power that we have as a community. And that's all what I've been trying to do is educate to elevate. Educate to elevate. Change is going to come through accountability. They're not going to change on their own. So you guys have a great and wonderful evening. I'm going to get back to Albert. Let Albert know, man, ain't no dog whistle. It's no dog whistle. You just don't have the authority to do that. So why lie? Why get on here and lie and willingly break what the law says? And look, you have a county commissioner who openly says that they are breaking the law and posts a picture of them breaking the law and comfortable with doing that. And comfortable with doing it. We need the community to, like, and this is where the community come in that we're making complaints to the ethics committee. Like, these are the type of things that, like, and the reason why nothing has been done is because we only complained on Facebook and nobody really made real complaints. Now, what the community done in Perry County, y'all made complaints to ADM about the water, but it's certain other things that complaints with facts, like his post of him doing that, right? Screenshot that post and we can send that in. Because if he goes back and try to delete it and say he didn't, no, screenshot it and send that in as proof that he's willingly breaking the Alabama law, an elected government official. So if he's willing to break the law, then how can he hold somebody else to the standard of upholding and standing by the law? That's all I'm saying. And in all respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson, I know that this family, they are having a celebration of his life. Not only a celebration of life, even up at the National Association of Counties, they sent out the email, I was part of the email, that they are going to honor him up at that event. They're honoring him during their national event. They added that to honor him. That's what they're doing. They're not calling for county officials to break the law. That's what real leadership look like. Man, I hope you guys have a great and wonderful evening. Not only that, though, but let's stand for what's right, not for who we like. Let's stand for what's right. People have a right. You can support whoever you want to support. But if you support somebody breaking the law, then guess what? You complicit. And my mom used to always tell me, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So I clearly articulate what the law says and who has the authority to do it. And again, like I said, this has nothing to do with Reverend Jesse Jackson. Honor his life, honor his memory, if that's what you choose to do. But what I hate is trying to pander off of the death of somebody to try to make yourself relevant and make it about you. Disgusting. Like seriously disgusting. You guys have a great evening. God bless.